What's up, God Squad? We're coming up with a new video today. I decided to do something a little bit different. I noticed a lot of creators just kind of follow their own game, do gameplay, typical tier list, rank gameplay, stuff like that. And I noticed there's not really a lot of videos comparing different MOBAs. So I want to compare the big three that I played. What we're watching right now is Mobile Legends Bang Bang, uh, also known as Mobile Legends. It's the first one that I started with. I played it from 2017 to about 2023. Hopped back in to kind of see what the environment was like. It's a little bit different now. A lot better player base. HOK or Honor of Kings is another one, and then the newest one that I hopped into is Wild Rift. I've done a few others on different platforms. I played League on PC. I played Smite on PlayStation. They have a new Pokemon one on mobile. Wasn't really impressed with it. But I want to do a little bit of comparison with the different gameplays and how they're different, which ones are better at what. Most people just claim that one's better than the other, but they've never really put time into it. I put time into all three. Um, and I do got a sneak preview to show you guys at the end of the video. I'm super excited, which leads to the next videos that we're going to be making. But let's start with the Mobile Legends. So, Mobile Legends, the good things about it is it's probably got like the biggest worldwide player base. It's got a huge professional scene all over the world, all the different countries. Um, queue times relatively short, even at like higher elo. Um, it's very simple. So if you're beginning on MOBA, I would say this is probably like I would say it's the easiest one to pick up. Not the easiest one to like. Actually, no, I would say it's probably one of the easier ones to master the basics in. Um, there's no vision mechanic except for like your roamer, which adds the difficulty to the roaming role. Because you are the vision, you are the person who's going to be announcing the engage and stuff like that. So it adds another element to the role. Wave clearing. It's more important about shoving wave and getting like macro control over the map than it is to sit there in lane, make sure you last hit all the minions. You do get bonus gold, but the bonus isn't as big as in other games like Wild Rift. There's constantly like jungle creeps spawning. It's super important to be with your team. You know, four at the jungle objective, sometimes even five. Than it is for everyone to kind of sit there in lane and just uh, farm. Um, the player base has gotten a lot more skilled since I played. I've put up a few videos of me getting absolutely destroyed. A lot of those are prior Mythic Glories, which is one of the highest ranks you can achieve in the game, just like I am. But there was others like low epics, legends that were super highly skilled. NA, we're seeing a lot more foreign player bases kind of jump in on our server. Um, Pro scene, it's probably the best one out there. honestly, and I don't even think it comes close. The issues with the other ones is uh, they're kind of like secluded to certain regions. Mobile Legends all over the world. Huge sponsorship. They're super good about working with the player base to grow their platform. They have super nice features such as being able to watch your friends do gameplay live. You can watch pro matches live in the game. You don't have to go to any other platform to go find it. Um, you can become a streamer in the game. They have a streaming platform where you can put all your gameplay and you get in-game rewards such as diamonds, which cost real money. Which is kind of like what I started building my player base. I did try to go pro in Mobile Legends, uh, but I work a regular job. I got kids, um, and I got school, so it's just really hard. Unlike other regions where they get sponsorship and they have programs to help coach and build the player base. So that would be one of the negatives of, I would say, like the region and NA. Another negative is they can cater to their bigger player bases. I play in NA. They constantly release skins that aren't even available in NA. There's like Star Wars skins. Back in the day, loved Star Wars. Wasn't able to get them just because they weren't even released in my country. They only did it for the Philippines. The only way you could get it was to VPN. I wasn't gonna go through all that effort just to get a skin. Um, they also banned some of the pro players in NA from doing pro tournaments, which has kind of led to like a lot of our pro people just leaving the game entirely. And now they're trying to reach out to NA for content creators and stuff like that, but I think it's a hole that will take a long time to fill if it ever gets filled. And I think they do that because they have the power. They know they're one of the biggest MOBAs out there, and so they kind of abuse it a little bit. Um, what are the other negatives? If you're big into mechanics, wave clearing, vision control, um, highly detailed hero kits, like skills and stuff like that, you're not really gonna find it in this game. This game is more of it's simplified to make the engages more of the focal point of this game. Now, high elo players who are watching this video, they're gonna be like, "Well, sometimes that we don't even have like many deaths in our game." Yes, but the focal point is like how you set up your team fights, how you do the macro control, how often and how well you roam to other lanes, rather than focusing on your lane, focusing on your 1v1 in lane, stuff like that. That is a thing, but it's not as big as in other games. All right, what's up, everybody? So now we're going over HOK or Honor of Kings. Honestly, this is quickly becoming one of my favorite of the three because of the complexity of the hero kits. When I first started playing and reading the hero descriptions, I was often like, "This is broken. I can't believe that they even put this in the game." And then you read other heroes, and then you're like, well, that one's broken too. And then you quickly realize there's many heroes in HOK with complex kits, and the craziness of their kits kind of balances all the rest of them out. But that's one of the things I love about it. Another good thing about it is the player base is the biggest daily. So Mobile Legends has the biggest player base worldwide, but HOK, if you go on any given day into the game, would have the biggest daily player base. So a lot of people would be like, well, HOK is bigger. Well, I guess it depends on how you measure it. Another good thing about it is the difficulty, like at the high professional level. So, for example, in Mobile Legends, Wild Rift, there will be jungle invading and stuff like that, but not even close on the level of the high, like top elo level in HOK because they will memorize each one of your spawn camps. And I'm not talking just about the buffs like you would normally do in like other mobiles. I'm talking down to like the teeniest, tiniest jungle camp that no one should care about. They will memorize all those spawn timers and they will full clear and have a 4-man invade and take all your jungle and then go back and clear all theirs. And just put that in perspective, like the difficulty to do that is you have to know all your jungle spawn times. And now you're memorizing all the spawn times on the other side. And you have to know when they cleared it last to know when it's going to come up exactly. And you have to have vision to be able to do that. And I cannot speak enough like the admiration I have for people who are able to do that. It's just it's something special and it's something I really admire about the player base. Um, as far as like pro player base, it's mostly in China. It is in other regions in the world. They don't have like full game replays in the game that you can just go watch your favorite pro players whenever you want. They don't have live streams of the events in the game. It's more of like a highlight feature that you can find on the menu, um, which is still better than nothing. Um, but it makes it a little bit more difficult to get good at the game because the fastest way to get good at the game is watch someone who's better than you at the game. So I had to do like a lot of research myself. I'd watch these pro player video clips, which would help a little bit, but it's like 30-second highlight video clip, and it might not even be the champion that you're trying to learn. So it is a little bit more difficult. Cons about the game, uh, the heroes are more difficult. So if you really just want a copy paste player where you can learn it in like a couple minutes and go play the game, this is not gonna be one of your games because some of the best meta heroes, in fact, pretty much all the best meta heroes are very highly detailed in their kits, very complicated. For example, we'll say Arlie, the ADC marksman, whatever you want to call it, is probably one of the hardest uh, heroes in the game to learn. And even for me, it was very hard. And her kit is kind of similar to Kagura in Mobile Legends, but she was still hard for me to learn. And I'm a Kagura main. So just to put that in perspective, other cons, uh, you can't watch pro play very easily. It's not promoted very well in regions outside of like SEA or like Asia, stuff like that. They do let the player base make content, so you can do like character designs, stuff like that, or make videos, make like little cartoons and stuff for the game. But Mobile Legends will let you make a whole character, and they'll just have the player base vote on it. They'll let you make the hero designs as well, just like HOK. They'll let you make the cartoons. In fact, a lot of the content in Mobile Legends is made by the player base instead of the devs and creators. Other cons of the game would be, I would say it's almost too easy to unlock stuff in the game. It's very easy to unlock all the heroes. There are some event-only champions, which I don't like. I feel like every champion should be grindable and be able to get. Um, but they should be grindable. Like, I shouldn't be able to get a new champion every, like, 3 days and then have all the heroes in the player base within, 2 months. I feel like it should be a little bit more difficult than that. The player base is very unskilled right now until you get to, like, the high elo. I reached Mythic in this game in about a month and a half, which is kind of ridiculous. New player, known as nothing, gets to the highest rank in a month and a half. That's kind of crazy. Um, but the beauty of the game, like the artwork and the hero designs and the detail that they put into those, is what's really making this game one of my favorites. And the admiration for the pro players in this game as well. Like the skill level is easily probably the hardest out of the three MOBAs that we're going to talk today, on the professional scene. Mobile Legends might have the biggest professional scene, but memorizing all those jungle camps just clearly puts it in perspective that this is the highest skilled player base at the professional scene. But if you guys got any other thoughts on HOK, because I only played it for maybe a couple of months, reached the highest rank, unlocked all the heroes, and did some achievements in the game. Let me know what you guys think about um, HOK, and if I've missed anything in any of these MOBAs, let me know. But that's going to lead us into Wild Rift. Alright, and then this leads into my little surprise today. So, right now I'm showing on screen that Blitzcrank game is when I finally hit Master. Took me a little bit of time to reach Master, so I was a little excited to share that moment with you guys. So that's going to kind of lead into some of the future videos I'm going to be making is climbing to Challenger in Wild Rift. I've definitely appreciated the difficulty of the climb in this game. Some of the good things about Wild Rift. Well, it's a double-edged sword. If you like a lot of like mechanics and stuff going on in the game, you're gonna love Wild Rift. You have warding for your vision, uh, which I don't necessarily like. I like the difficulty of having to use your skills and have your roamer take the added responsibility of giving vision around the map. But that is another mechanic in the game. This one's more farm based, so last hitting minions, stuff like that. And focusing on your like lane matchup is a lot bigger thing in this one. Some of the cons about this one is it is not very well promoted as far as like the professional scene. It's mostly just in China, honestly, and that's about it. I watched a lot of big NA streamers kind of complain about it a little bit. They come over from PC Legends, and there's not really a scene for it in other parts of the world, and it's not promoted at all in the app. They do have a PC version. I think they focus most of their resources over there, which is interesting because more people have a phone than they have a computer at home to play on. So it is interesting how they manage that, but you're not going to find any uh, sort of like pro pay in the game. You're not going to even find highlights like you find in HOK, which makes it a lot more difficult to get better at the game. Like if you're not finding high level YouTubers making content, then it's going to be very hard to uh, get better at the game. Um, I don't think they have any professional scene at all in NA where I play, which kind of sucks. Um, the hero pool is kind of a mixed bag, so it's a little bit in the middle of Mobile Legends, where it's kind of simplified. You can pick up and you can have fun and play the game. HOK, you gotta like put in some time and learn the different hero bases and stuff like that and how they play. Wild Rift has a little bit of everything. You got some simple heroes, you got some complicated heroes, so you can kind of find something of everything that you like in the game. What else? The player base is mostly from the PC version, so most of them kind of know what the heroes do, stuff like that. So it can seem a little challenging to beginner players. This is definitely taking a little longer than I originally thought. All the way to like gold rank, you're basically playing bots. You should be able to climb super easy. Then after that, you start finding people who kind of know how to play the game, and it gets a little bit more difficult. Um, there's more stuff to learn. The most stuff to learn in this one. Not the most difficult to learn, but it has the most stuff to learn. Wave management, wave freezing, wave pushing, uh, knowing when to rotate, when to give up. The jungles can be more punishing. Like and the other ones, if you guys are behind, you can farm and you can let some of the jungles go, and then you can kind of fight your way back into it. But Baron buffs all the waves to like a crazy level, so you almost have to like fight for it, even if you know you're probably gonna lose it. So that kind of adds a different element to it as well. Um, but I do like the difficulty. I'd say it's somewhere in the middle. Mobile Legends probably has the most difficult beginner ranks of the three. HOK probably has the hardest ranks at the top of the three. And then Wild Rift is just a general challenge after you get to gold. So it's kind of in the middle of the both. So it makes it kind of interesting. And a lot of people make mistakes. Like I talked to Royal in his streams and chats about the difficulty of the different games. He swears up and down this is the hardest one. Having more to learn doesn't make it more difficult. It just means you have more stuff. The difficulty of learning them is what makes things difficulty. Uh, things more difficult. Um, Other than that, um, items take a little bit of getting used to. There's a lot going on. Um, a lot of the builds are kind of simplified, like how the champions are gonna build them. I haven't gotten high enough to talk about counter building and stuff like that, but I haven't seen a whole lot of it in game. It's like where you begin, you're like, okay, this champion does this, then I'm gonna build this to stop them. And Mobile Legends, it's okay, they built this item, now I'm gonna go build this item to beat that item, and then I'm gonna build this. They're gonna build this item to counter the item that you built to counter them, so it gets a little bit more complex. I'm sure it's that way at higher elos. I just haven't got there yet to speak on it. Um, what else? Right now we're watching A-Ran gameplay. I'm Master 3 at the making of this video. I should be able to get to Challenger, but I'm gonna just build my knowledge on the game because I hold myself to a super high standard. Like I said, I tried to go professional in Mobile Legends. In the NA scene, we don't have real sponsorships, or it's not as big in our culture over here, so it's super hard to do it. And the team that I built, they were all good by themselves, and we worked okay together, but chaining our CCs and stuff together was not something we could practice because we all have to work and stuff like that. Um, so it's hard, and it's hard to do professional in a lot of these MOBAs if you're not from the regions that they're supported in. But we will be Challenger. I'm gonna try to make Challenger. I will definitely make Challenger before the end of the year. Um, if the season doesn't end, I haven't double checked when it ends. But I'm finally reaching that point in the game where my skills from these other games are kind of capped, and I have to learn more about the game. And I wanted to apologize on the wait for this video. Uh, was super excited to make it because a lot of content creators don't make stuff like this. They just do tier lists, they do their hero guides, or they'll do some ranked gameplay, and that's about it. But I had someone pass in my family recently, and so I had to take care of that. I got kids, I got school going on, looking for new work. But I love you guys so much, and I love making content for you guys. So I just wanted to say that I love you guys so much, and thank you for supporting the channel. And hopefully we can get to 20 subscribers soon. And I'll see you guys all on the next video. Thank you. If I could crawl in the mind and give any advice to my younger self, find something you can hold on to. Find someone who'll be there for you. Cause that's all that really matters in the end. Find somewhere you can come home to. Find someone that'll die for you. Cause that's all that really matters in the end. It's love, love, love. Cause that's all that really matters in the end. Cause that's all that really matters in the end. It's hard to tell the truth when you lie to yourself. Always give too much of you to someone else.
talking to you now like we're old friends. It'll never be too late to start again. Find something you can hold on to. Find someone who'll be there for you. 'Cause that's all that really matters in the end. Find somewhere you can come home to. Find someone that'll die for you. 'Cause that's all that really matters in the end. It's love, love, love. 'Cause that's all that really matters in the end. Find something you can hold on to. Find someone who'll be there for you. 'Cause that's all that really matters in the end. Find somewhere you can come home to. Find someone that'll die for you. 'Cause that's all that really matters in the end. It's love, love, love. Love, love, love. Because that's all that really matters in the end. It's love.